Good morning, noon, evening time zone. Deep breaths. So, today we are going to stream Starforged and play it properly. We are starting with our session 0, and maybe our session 1 if we get there. Our session 0 is essentially all the prep stuff you have to do for Starforged. You do have to do a lot of prep, but prep is fun, you know? You get to build the world a little bit, design your character in a sense, and lay it out. So, let's get started, shall we? I shall pull up the PDF, and we can go into what you do when starting. As soon as I can find the blasted thing. That's not it. That's not what I meant to do. There we are. Okay. So to begin in Starforged, you choose truths about your particular iteration of the Forge. That is the galaxy that your game takes places. In this exercise, you'll set the tone and background for your campaign by deciding the nature of your version of the Forge. Oh, that's not a good sign. My voice is already giving out. Oh well, just keep going. Drink water. Allow about 45 to 60 minutes for this exercise. I can do it pretty fast, though. Not gonna read them all out to you, I'm just gonna read the ones that I choose, for the sake of sanity. And, quick sidebar, I'm just gonna click this off for one moment. This thing I'm using back here is, Stargazer. It's a little app someone made online that is really good for helping you compile all your information for your Starforged game. It is so much better than juggling 5,000 things. Like, no offense to the people who are capable of juggling character sheets and all that. I think everything in one place is just so much better for me. So, many thanks to the person who made this. I believe he has a name. Excuse me while I go look for that person's name, because that doesn't sit right with me. Tiberian Pun. That is the fellow who has made this particular thing. No thoughts, head empty. I don't get lost in my own streams. Leave me alone. But, yes, Tiberian Pun has made this lovely Stargazer site app thing. And it's where I'm going to be taking most of my notes and doing my rolls and making sure stuff makes sense. I'm gonna have to explain a lot of this on the fly so you know what's actually going on, but I'll do my best. And besides, I only have to juggle one character plus any passing NPCs this time, not 3 player characters and all of their terrible dice rolls. Again, I don't know how many of you, if any of you, were actually around for the mayhem that was yesterday's attempt at a Voidheart Symphony solo play. It was fun. But my brain started smoking, like, towards the end, especially when we got hit with that heap of bad dice rolls that basically nearly got us killed. That session, I believe, is freshly uploaded to YouTube. I think my YouTube is around somewhere. If it's not, I'll hook it up later. In any case, let us pull up the PDFs and hop to it. Bing! So there's a few default assumptions that you use when you're doing stuff in the Forge. Some of these I like to just sort of punch out, because I am all magic all the time, and I do not like it. When you say, you can't have magic, you can't have more than humans, and anyway. Well, here's the default assumptions. This is a perilous future. 2 centuries ago, your people fled a cataclysm and settled a distant galaxy they call the Forge. This is a chaotic place full of dangers and mysteries. This is a lonely future. Some possible exceptions that you'll identify as part of your own truths. Humans are the only known intelligent life in this galaxy. Others once lived here, but only mysterious and perilous vaults remain to mark their legacy. I have mild beef with this truth. I would like to do other humans thing, but I think humanoids are close enough. If you get a few elves or bunny people or whatever, that's alright. That's alright. We'll just sort of tweak around with that as we go. This is a diverse future. There is a vibrant mix of people and cultures among the humans of the Forge. No arguments there. This is a far-flung future. Settlements lie scattered and often isolated from one another. Your starship can travel at faster than light speeds, but it's ponderously slow at a cosmic scale. My body is attempting to kill me, bear with me here. This is an unexplored future. Discoveries await. Even in settled regions, much of the Forge is unknown and uncharted. That's what this is all about. We're doing some exploring here. We want to learn about the universe. This is a wondrous future. The Forge is a galaxy of ancient mysteries, spacefaring creatures, startling phenomenon, and other marvels. So, well, I'll get into my take on that in a little bit. This is a retro future. Envision the technology you wield as only slightly advanced over today's real-world technologies, or even a step back in many ways. Resources are scarce, and the people of the Forge must cobble together what they can. We'll see about that. I like a little flexibility with these things. This is an unjust future. Those in power hoard resources, control technologies, and impose their will on others through force or cunning. Others must stand against these forces of imperialism and oppression. Oppression. Jeez. I want to complain about it, but it's how we do conflict around here. Actually, what I was going to say, what's been sitting on my mind is in the next point. This is a hopeful future. Despite these challenges, hope remains. Fulfilling your sworn vows is a realization of that hope. See, it's a bit darker than typical examples of the category that I would think of, but this is kind of hope punk. Like, we acknowledge hope punk is a genre in which we acknowledge that yes, the world we live in is kind of crap, but we keep walking. We go forward. We need to find out what happens next. I know I've talked about hope punk a lot, but it's such a precious concept to me that I will in fact bring it up whenever I get a chance. So, there are the different categories that you determine truths for. Eventually I'm going to need to flip back to the Stargazer and fill in truths. They have a nice little spot for that. That way I can double check. Because my brain is a sieve. I really hope that I don't declare these truths and then immediately contradict or forget them, but we'll see what happens. Again, I am willing to be flexible, and I hope you are too. Here's the truth. You can choose the truth, you can roll for your truth, or you can make your own. I want to choose from the default ones and go mostly vanilla, but every so often there will be a little tweak if I see fit. Sub-choices and oracle tables. The oracles are basically little, like, almost prompts that you can roll on to sort of determine what you can do next in a given situation. You roll them, you get a word or option or prompt, and then you go with it. You make the fiction based on that prompt. These are tips. This is not so important. Here we are. Here is the different... what's the word? The beginning of the truths. The first one, what is the cataclysm that drove everyone from our home galaxy? Should I read all of these? What time is it? Yes, I'm trying to determine if we actually want to read all of these. I think I will just go with what I choose, which is a toss-up between the war and the interdimensional entities. Let's see. This is a tough call. Bear with me one moment while my brain makes dial-up noises and I try to... What is my computer doing? Excuse you. Having a rootitude like that. Well, as much as I would like... You know what? I love if we turn the interdimensional entities into some kind of weird isekai situation, I would love that. I think we are going to go with interdimensional entities invaded our reality. Without warning, these implacable and enigmatic beings ravaged our homeworlds. We could not stand against them. With the last of our defenses destroyed, our hope gone, we cast our fate to the Forge. Here we can hide, survive. These entities took the form of spirits of alluring divine form. I have an idea of what to do with that. One moment whilst I record that. These entities took the form of... I'm just scribbling that down in my Stargazer app real quick. Alright, divine form. I'm not saying this is the form they'll take, but for some reason I'm just imagining that one ending in Drakengard where Fury Eye gets turned into that crazy screaming literal harpy monster. Or rather, the ending where you hear the famous Growing Wings violin riff. It's hard to replicate with just your voice. Anyway, back to it. Our next truth is, what is the nature of the exodus we undertook when we left our galaxy? You can either have, it was a really slow ship, it was a really fast, it was a slow travel, it was a fast travel but broke reality, and mysterious alien gates. I'm going for the alien gates because I have an idea. We will find out what that idea is when I have the opportunity to tell you, but you'll find out. Now, communities, which is fairly self-explanatory, the nature of how people gather. My choice for this one is fairly easy. We have made our mark in this galaxy, but the energy storms we call balefires threaten to undo that progress, leaving our communities isolated and vulnerable. Starships navigate along bustling trade routes between settlements. We've built burgeoning outposts on the fringes of unknown sectors, and bold spacers chart new paths onto unexplored domains. But this hard-earned success is threatened by the chaotic balefires, intense energy and anomalies that cut off trade routes and threaten entire planets. Yeah, I like that one. I like it when there's a lot of people to bump into. Record that one. And now, on to the next one. Iron. In case you're wondering, Starforged's predecessor of sorts, I say predecessor, but it's not like this replaces Ironsworn. Ironsworn was named because you swear a vow on a piece of iron. In Starforged, you do much the same thing. I think I'm going with the middle truth on this one. Again, I have an idea. I can only hope that I will remember this idea and proceed to work towards it, but we shall see what happens. Iron vows are sworn upon totems crafted from the enigmatic metal we call black iron. Black iron was first forged by a long-dead civilization. Some say it is a living metal attuned to the hidden depths of the universe. Remnants of this prized resource are found within ancient sites throughout the forge. It is resistant to damage and corrosion, but can be molded using superheated plasma at specialized facilities. The Ironsworn carry weapons, armor, or tokens crafted from black iron and swear vows upon it. Now, for folks who have not done terribly much with this game so far, swearing vows are essentially the equivalent of taking on quests, and you get a background vow. You get a background vow in the very beginning, which is a very, very long quest, and as you fulfill quests, you can add things to your overall legacy tracks, which sort of determine how your ending plays out. I can get into those more later. Let's record what we do with iron. Yeah. There we go. Totems from black iron. Next up. Laws. Let's see. This one's an easy one. I admit, I don't do chaos well, so I'm going very, very hard on lightening the setting up just a little bit, I guess. But it's alright. It's alright, we'll make it work, and I'm sure something will happen. Our communities are bound under the terms of the Covenant, a charter established after the Exodus. The organization called the Keepers is sworn to uphold these laws. Most settlements are still governed under the Covenant and yield to the authority of the Keepers, but a few view the Covenant as dogmatic, impractical, and unjust relic of our past. In those places, the Keepers find no welcome. Intriguing. Let's throw that down. Excellent. On to the next. That is religion. Your choices are no gods, many gods, or 3 gods, essentially. I have done a playthrough, well, more like 2 sessions. I was never quite able to pick it back up, but I have done a triumvirate run. Those are fun, but I'm going with diverse faith. Our faith is as diverse as our people. Many have no religion, or offer an occasional prayer out of habit. Others pay homage to the gods of our forebears as a way of connecting to their roots. Some idealize the natural order of the universe and see the divine in the gravitational dance of stars or the complex mechanisms of a planetary ecosystem. Astrologians much? And many now worship the primordials, gods of a fallen people who once dwelt within the Forge. That's what I'm going with. That's my favorite option. Again, the triumvirate is fun, but this lends a lot of background color. Ooh, the next one that's coming up is my favorite. Magic. Magic does not exist. I am not choosing that. I get no magic, some magic, and lots of magic. We are going lots of magic here. Unnatural entities do flow through there, but unnatural energies flow through the Forge. Magic and science are 2 sides of the same coin. Soon after our arrival, some displayed the ability to harness the Forge's energies. Today, mystics invoke this power to manipulate matter or see beyond the veils of our own universe. But this can be a corrupting force, and the most powerful mystics are respected and feared in equal measure. That is definitely what I am choosing. Despite, well, I'll confirm this when I pick my aspects, which I'll go into later, but I don't think I'm actually picking any magic spell sort of things for myself just this once. On to the next, communication. So, you have, once again, no information, some information, all the frickin' information. And I am diving for this 3rd one right here. I will tell you why in one moment after I read it out. In settled domains, a network of data hubs called the Weave allow near-instantaneous communication and data sharing between ships and outposts. Because of their importance, Weave hubs are often targets for sabotage, and communication blackouts are not uncommon. Beyond the most populous sectors, travelers and outposts are still commonly isolated and entirely off the grid. Which is fair, but you know what the perk of this Weave is? You could probably do streaming with it. That's right, we can VTube while we VTube. We have VTubers in our Forge. Why the heck not? This is my setting for now, well, my version of this setting for now. I am going to beat it up until it does what I want. We're here for a good time. So, next one, medicine. Our advancement. First option, little medicine. Some medicine, but it's often very hacky. Orders of Soaring Healers. I'm going with the Healers Guild because it's just how I want it. It's just, The other options are a little too... Dark isn't quite the right word, but... How do I explain it? Again, like I said, dark isn't the right word, it's just... When I create a universe, I like to make it sort of easy for my people to live. I am a kind and merciful goddess. Well, let's pick it. Orders of sworn healers preserve our medical knowledge and train new generations of caregivers. Life-saving advanced care is available within larger communities throughout settled sectors of the Forge. Even remote communities are often served by a novice healer or can request help from a healer's guild in an emergency. Let us throw that one down. Plenty of healers. Ooh, my other favorite section is coming up now. Artificial intelligence. No AIs. The interesting thing about the no AIs option is that it's almost no AI, yes, magic. The adepts, well, it could be magic, it could not be magic. They use drugs. They use drugs, and it naturally sort of takes them offline a bit. The vestiges of advanced machine intelligence. Once again, no AI. AIs in the control of powerful people, and AIs in a lot of places. I want to do a heavy AI campaign, but I'm gonna do the mid AI campaign for now because there is something in particular I wish to do with it, if we can get to it. The vestiges of advanced machine intelligence are coveted and wielded by those in power. Much of our AI technology was lost in the Exodus. What remains is under the control of powerful organizations and people, and is often wielded as a weapon or deterrent. The rest of us must make do with primitive systems. Pity and a shame. But I like the idea of the powerful people, haha, being the ones who have access to the AIs, because it just makes sense for this kind of setting. It's hard to explain more than that. Okay, next one, war. What is it good for? Let's see. So you have not much war because everyone is kind of broke right now. Get mercenaries. An unending war. I would like to do a low war campaign, but I'd like a low war campaign, but I think there's more resources in my forge than usual, so it's gotta be the professional soldiers route. It's all about the mercenary guilds. Professional soldiers defend or expand the holdings of those who are able to pay. The rest of us are on our own. Mercenary guilds wield power in the forge. Some are scrappy outfits of no more than a dozen soldiers. Others are sector-spanning enterprises, deploying legions of skilled fighting forces and fleets of powerful starships. Most hold no loyalty except to the highest bidder. Down they go into this particular setup. Ooh, the next one's also fun. The next one is life forms. I want to do an Essentia playthrough sometime, but right now we are doing the There Is Life Everywhere. And you will find out why. It's totally not just to import my mascot creatures, no siree, Bob. This is a perilous and often inhospitable galaxy, but life finds a way. Life in the Forge is diverse. Planets are often home to a vast array of creatures, and our starships cruise with spaceborne life forms riding their wake. Even animals from our home world, carried aboard the Exodus ships, have adapted to live with us in the Forge. We're going to meet so many mascot creatures, it's gonna be great. And I bet everyone's like, but this is a dark universe. Why are you including fluffy things in it? Because I said so. Where am I? How did I get here? Anyway, we picked life forms, precursors. What came before us? Either they are already dead, they are sort of around, or their remnants are around. Basically, they're not supposed to be too around, but they definitely form a backdrop. I think, for our purposes, we will pick this middle one. The Ascendancy, an advanced spacefaring empire, once ruled the entirety of the Forge. Vaults of inscrutable purpose are all that remain to mark the Ascendancy's legacy, but those places are untethered from our own reality. Ascendancy vaults can appear spontaneously, washed up like flotsam in the tides of time. Their gravity and atmospheres pay no heed to natural laws. Some are corrupted and ruined, others are unmarred and intact. Some are both at once. They are chaos. Take that down. We keep an eye out for Ascendancy things as we go. And the last one. Horrors. Are there scary, spoopy, dangerous things in your iteration of the Forge? Yes. See, I don't want to do the undead route, but yeah, I don't want to go. This is high horror, but I don't want it to be just undead. I am sure that you can do more than just undead, but this option, the middle one, is a little more flexible. Most insist that horrors aren't real. Spacers know the truth. When you travel the depths of the Forge, be wary. Some say we are cursed by those who did not survive the cataclysm, and the veil between life and death is forever weakened. Supernatural occurrences and entities are especially common near a white dwarf star. These stellar objects, which spacers call ghost lights, are the decaying remnants of a dead star. Spoopy. I like that. Just gonna kick my dice roller out of the way for a moment while I throw that in. Okay. And I do believe that is our troops. Let us see what is next. Nice splash art. Time to create our character. I kind of had this, well, I have the name and the call sign picked out, that's it. Let's see about the basic aspects. You are human. Oh. Who on you? Who said I'm human? I can be mostly human. This is one rule, as I said, that I like to wiggle around a lot. It's just more fun to play with magic and weird sort of humanoid things that are a little different. You can wiggle things around as you see fit, but I think humanoid is close enough. Close analog of a human being. Yeah. Diversity and inclusiveness. This is the warning that cannot be overstated. It cannot be said enough. If you are aiming to play a specific lived experience, don't rely on assumptions or stereotypes. Put in the time to research and learn the experiences of others. You must do research. Do not do something if you don't know how it's going to work. And if you have any sense of at all and you are worried about offending somebody, reconsider if you want to do it. There's a reason that I have not gotten to writing certain types of characters yet, and that's because I really, really, really don't want to screw it up. Not necessarily because I'm afraid of being canceled, but because I just don't want to mess that up, period. I would like to show some respect. This is the ordinary character sheet. I'm using Stargazers. So, character creation, summary, assets, path, backstory, background vow, I have a good joke for the background valve. We'll get there when we get there. Starship. The final asset. Stats 32211. Condition meters, I believe, are already set in Stargazer. I do not need to envision my character because I am Burb and I am right here. Just kidding. I have a human form. I just have not been arsed to use it. And the PNG isn't ready, but that's alright. Gear up. Any unusual? I hate noting gear. I just can't think of anything unusual that's there. Look at this dude. A dude and his pet sorta rhino. Isn't he great? Speaking of rhinos, my nose. Rhine! It means nose. Yes, a fellow and his rhino. Sorta. I think this is an actual creature in the assets. I don't remember what it's called. I will know when I look. Step 1. Ready the asset cards. Let's see, there's the different types. We will start by picking 2 paths. And, there's a few different ways. They give you some sort of... You don't really have classes in Starforged, but you can put something together as you go. Let's see, which of these... Like it. Asset sheets, here we are. Let's pick our paths. One thing I know I wish to pick immediately is this one. Artist. Obviously. When you make a move to craft an artistic work, present an artistic gift or performance, or leave your artistic mark on an item or location, you may roll your action die if its value is less than your spirit. On a strong hit, take +1 momentum or +1 spirit. So basically, if you're in a place and you do something artsy, you can either shore up your mental reserves or take a little extra momentum. It's a little tricky to explain what momentum does. It's essentially how high can you go, and then you burn all your momentum / reset it to neutralize certain types of rolls. I will have to look into that once I actually have the impetus to do it. There's other bits and bobs, but as of right now, Artist is... Only the first dot of Artist is available to us. In the meantime, I am going to hunt down the asset spot and make a note of that. Artist. Artist is my path. Why does Artist have a broken image in, in Stargazer? That's fine. We're not looking at that right now anyway. Excellent. Add it. Our next path, torn between a few here. I want to do either Explorer, where's the one? Explorer, Lore Hunter, or one of the more magical ones, like... What's it? Firebrand is fun. A little complicated, though. Kinetic is a lot of high risk, high reward, I remember that much. I am not doing Looper because I do not like messing with time. What else do we have? Seer. Seers are fun. I played a Seer once. Scoundrel, Slayer, Sleuth. That's awesome. You can turn it into a detective mystery. Traitor, Vestige, Veteran. Oh, well, I'm here. I can... Rockhorn, yes. This is the creature that man was with earlier. A Rockhorn. I am not taking that with me, though, right now. Excuse-moi. Let's see. Do we want the magic, or do we want the travel? Explorer versus... Squint. Big Squint. Or Hunter is good if you study a lot. Or if you're doing a lot of stuff with relics, which we might be. I don't know. The other ones... Not Faded Explorer. Explorer is nice when you are actually wandering around. I think that actually fits pretty well with Artist. I like Devotant. It was fun in my I Am Becoming a God run. Oh, there was another one I wanted to look at. Empath. Empath is one I wanted to look at big time. However, I am not entirely sure that it suits this particular run. This is a tough call. You should have done this beforehand. No, that's not the point. The point is that you do it here. You do it now during this session. I think, as a burb who soars the skies in space, Explorer suits me the best as soon as I can remember where E is in the alphabet. For Explorer, the option we have right now is when you explore a waypoint, take +1 momentum on a hit. When you finish an expedition and score a hit, mark 1 extra tick from your Discovery's Legacy track. Like I said, Legacy track is sort of one of those things that you use to make your epilogue towards the end. And you'll notice things talks of, like, hits. This uses a similar system to what Voidheart Symphony did. It's the, Powered by the Apocalypse framework, but it does it a little different. So, let us add that asset. There we go. Beautiful. Let us see what our next step is. Oh, that's the move reference. We'll deal with that later. Create your backstory. Is there a spot for including backstory? Because I don't want to. My backstory is that I'm a freaking space burb. Well, space burb, sort of human. And this is an interesting part to note. You basically are you're kind of a hobo when you are a spacer and you're wandering around the forge. What is it that has alienated me and set me to travel? Because I'm a frickin' burb and I can do that? Just kidding. You know what? Your wanderlust carried you far away. Yeah, that's what we're going with. Just gonna make a note of that right here. Thought there was a spot to put this somewhere here, but... Slap that down on Stargazer itself. Sorry, prompt. Wanderlust carried you far away. We may go home again someday. Who knows? Backstory. Write your background vow. This is the big one. Let's see. Let's read this over real quick. Basically, what is the big background quest? An epic vow. 1 tick on the vow's progress track of everything you do. This requires some thinking, but basically, what is the overarching quest that will drive you throughout the story, even as you pick up smaller quests? Write the vow. This vow you don't need to swear in game. You just write this one down. Trouble coming up with a background vow. You can try rolling some oracle tables, action and theme, or character goal. I have several different ideas. I am very close to using the joke that I had suggested earlier as a serious option. I think it would be easier to show you what's behind this one instead of just, I think I would like to show it to you instead of just instead of just going on about it, let me show you as soon as I can pull it up. One moment. Tis a surprise. We'll get there. We'll get there. Just you wait and see. Oh my gosh, am I an idiot, and did I very seriously not save? Ah, I'm a freaking genius. I did not save what I was looking for. That's fine. I'll figure this out in 1 second. I have one alternative that we can look into. Bear with me one moment. Twiddle your thumbs and your toes whilst I get this going. Squaddle! This is an otherworldly baked good as decided by the AI Midjourney. There are... I had 3 such of these generated, but this is my favorite one. It looks kind of like, I'm gonna say it wrong, kala? That kind of bread. Looks like that kind of bread, and I think the galactic center might be some kind of, like, berry. If you bite into it, you get berry juice all over your face. Things like that. But I can't believe I'm going to do this. I am going to make my background vow. Find the secret of the otherworldly baked goods. We are dead serious here, my friends. Will it tie into thing? I mean, you know what? Who said the background vow had to be serious? The quest can get serious, but we don't have to. Where is the vows section? Challenges, vows. Okay. So, just see. Not the clock. This is indeed an epic vow. Vow to find the origin of the otherworldly baked goods. How have I found them? That's a whole story in itself, but I just want to see something. No. Okay. That's enough playing around with that. That's pretty cool, actually. But yes, I wish to find the origin of these otherworldly baked goods that I will now kick off my screen. Be gone with ye. Alright. It's silly. Like, I was wandering around the Starforged Discord, and someone just casually... I brought the otherworldly baked goods up, and someone casually mentioned, oh, you know what? Maybe they're in the Ascendancy Vaults because the Ascendancy wanted to feed the people who came before them. But unfortunately, the food is alien as heck, and I like that idea. I stick things in my back pocket, and not without good reason. Let's see what we do next. Board your starship. Take the Starship Command Vehicle Asset card. Let's see. I think I could plop that asset down on the, Starship. We add that to our main character page in Stargazer, which I will show off when we're done with setup. It is fine. There is nothing wrong with the ship right now, of course. You can claim the other 2 abilities when you advance. Right now we just have the basic one, which is... Excuse me one moment. I am going to have to name this ship at some point. But, right now, your armed, multi-purpose starship is suited for interstellar and atmospheric flight. It can comfortably transport several people, has space for cargo, and can carry and launch support vehicles. When you advance, you may spend experience to equip this vehicle with module assets. Essentially, how to explain how you advance. Think when you This is my fault. I should have read this part before looking too deeply, but I believe when you fulfill... I want to find where this is. Hang on. Give me 1 second here. That's all fine and good. I know it's around here somewhere. Oh, fine. Fine. No thoughts. Head empty. I am not finding what I am looking for. That's weird. I think it's when you fill something up. I'll find it later. I'm sure I'll bump into it as I go. We'll deal with it then. We got our starship. Give the starship a history. I think we will roll it. Or rather, I will attempt to roll it, and if I don't like the options, I will just yeet. Roll a... Yes, roll the... Let's see. What do we roll here? We roll a D100, yes. Stargazer gives me a 38. Earned in exchange for a promise or vow. I'm down with that. That's not what I wanted to do. I don't know what that did. That's quite alright. Backstory. Earned in exchange for a promise or vow. What is that? I think we will find out. Who owns the starship? Me. Envision the starship. Ooh, this is fun. It's like, what is the weird stuff that happens to your starship when you're around it? This is another D100. Let's roll it real quick. Another D100. A 20. And that brings us to the hull is fused with organic growth. Ugh, please. No, wait. First off, that's the wrong option. No. Gravity generator is notoriously fickle. You know what? I'm down with that. I think we can have some fun with that. I'm a freaking burb anyway. I fly most of the time anyway. It just makes my life a bit easier. Generator is notoriously fickle. On to the next. Name your starship. I'm gonna do something wild. I'm going to show off the oracles. Bing. Let us roll and see what our starship's name is. Another D100. A 38. Didn't I just get a 38? 38. It is... Inferno. Yeah. Just sort of marveling at it. I like it. I do like it. Yes, I do. The Starship Inferno. I like it. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I cannot tell you why quite yet, but I like it. Now let's go back to where we were, which I think was page... Not this. It's like page 107 or something. 107. Well, it's a little bit behind where we were, that's alright. Then we choose the final asset. It could be another path, or it can be a module, a support vehicle, or a companion, or another path if you like. I want to pick... I know what I want to pick for, my next asset. I think it's before the paths. We're around Overseer. I love having an AI Overseer on my ship. I just do. Like I said, We have a weave. We have a weave of information that allows for super fast exchange between AIs and other things. Let us put that down. Overseer. Where is my overseer? There we are. Pop that down. That is all of our assets for now. Your AI module keeps watch over the vehicle's systems and sensor data. When you secure an advantage or gain ground by talking through a situation with the overseer, you may roll integrity. If you do, take +1 momentum on a hit. I'll explain what secure an advantage or gaining ground are. Those are the moves of Ironsworn / Starforged. They're both games because they're related, but that's another matter. Now, we set our stats. Edge is quickness, agility, and prowess when fighting at a distance. Heart is courage, willpower, empathy, sociability, and loyalty. Iron is physical strength, endurance, aggressiveness, and prowess at close quarters. Shadow is sneakiness, deceptiveness, and cunning. Wits is expertise, knowledge, and observation. Where do I want to put that 3? It's either heart or wits for me. Tough. I am putting it in heart. My heart is 3. My wits shall be one of the 2s. Shadow is part of the 2s too, because if they don't look down or up, if I'm in the air and they look up, they can't see me. But if I'm short, if they don't look down, they're not going to see me, which means the combat stats get hit with 1. I don't want to fight. I'm a crap fighter, this much is true. Stats represent your character's inherent abilities, but they are also tied to your methods and personality. Yeah. Well, it adds up. It adds up. Set your condition meters. They are already set as a part of Stargazer. Yeah, that's already set. Now, we envision the character. I don't care. I am a bird. Leave me alone. Already named, pronoun and call sign. Gear up. I have to remember this. We'll just pull. I can't think of anything special or particular that I want to bring. But here we move on to... What the heck is that? That's cool. The art for this book is freaking stylish. I believe the illustrator's name is Joshua Meehan. I am probably absolutely butchering the pronunciation of his name, and I do apologize. But in any case, now we get to do another fun thing. We get to build our sector. And thankfully, Stargazer has a thing for this too. I bet you're wondering why I have not shown you Stargazer yet. I will do that as I go. Again, I just want to get through the prep first, and then you can see all the good stuff. Let's see. A sector. Essentially, it's the area of space you're in, and it's got to be settled and explored. And it's essentially where you identify things. You identify locations. You would need more precise charts or locations to actually pinpoint the station, but it's a start. Let's see. Choose the starting region. We're starting in Terminus, no questions asked. Settlements are relatively common here, and spaceborne routes between communities are usually well charted. If you want to focus on interacting with other people and communities, start here. And so we will. Determine the number of settlements. There are going to be 4 settlements because we are in Terminus. Oh boy, the settlement oracles are a bit of a pain to wrangle, but that's alright. I shall just... going... Let's see... I have not done... Oh! Hi! Hi, Archon, I didn't see you come in. Nice to meet ya. Um, this is a solo RPG. This is Starforged. It is a solo RPG, and it can be played as a more traditional tabletop RPG. I do believe it has a co-op mode of sorts, but right now we're doing this solo. It's a little less taxing than the absolute madness I was doing with Voidheart Symphony the other day, and by the other day I mean yesterday. Yeah. That's the perk of this. You can play this when you're alone and just want to go off and do something. Right now we're in the middle of generating our locations, essentially. Please continue Voidheart Symphony. Voidheart Symphony was what I was playing yesterday. I threw the archive of the stream up on my YouTube, which now that I think about it, I may actually not have linked somewhere on my Twitch. Shame on me, I'll fix that afterwards. Ah, Apocritheria. It's a journal RPG. I'm gonna have to look into that when we're done. I love journal RPGs. Anything I can play by myself and just sort of frolic around in the world, I love it. Twitter, yeah. The Twitter's there, and you can find the YouTube if you jump to my website through the freaking Twitter. But I'd like to connect them a little more. There's 2 versions you could play. Alright. Good to know. You tell me more about that, and I will in the... Oh, yes. Oh, Apothecaria and Apothecaria. That's cute. I love that. I'm gonna see about generating our... Oh, there's woodland animals instead of people. Interesting. Why is my first thought Cult of the Lamb? Well, I'll look into it, and we'll see what we can do about that. I'm just gonna quickly hop over here and generate our settlements. Assuming I frickin' remember how. I know how. Give me one moment. Let us get some, why does it have to be like this? The part of, putting down settlements in Starforged period. Oh, hi! Thank you for following. I'm saying hi, but you're already here. In any case, thank you for officially plopping down the follow. It is much appreciated. Let's see, so if I add a settlement, you can put down the settlement's details. Let's get to rolling. We shall start with the settlement's name. The frickin' dice roller doesn't let you have that and the dice roller up, so we roll a D100 and we get a 16 on this fancy thing, which is the... What's it? It's the settlement name oracle. And what did I roll again? D. No thoughts. Head empty. Brain making dial-up noises. 16. Therefore, our first settlement is named Crux. Now we shall determine what type it is. You can also pair it with any of these words. Base, citadel, depot, fortress, blah 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 blah. We're not rolling for starships. What are you doing? Where are the oracles? Where did they go? This is how you do planets. This is not what we're looking for. This is not the oracle we are looking for. One moment, please. That's not how we do any of that. That's how you name the sector, sure. Okay, I need to go back to where I was and see where the dang oracles are. That's assets. Did I roll a D100 for it? Yes. You do roll D100s for the oracles when you're determining prompts and names and stuff. You don't have to, you can also think up your own stuff, but one moment while I bully my playlist here. Better. Let us get back to where we actually were. Where are these sector oracles? 322. Let us go to 322. This is characters. Why is this a liar? What? Why? Ooh, mama, looking at that makes me tired. What is the deal? This is all wrong. This is all wrong. Wait a minute. That's the settlement name. Okay. Okay, finally. It was up, not down. It kicks you to the, to the bottom of the settlement oracle instead of the top. That's alright. A witch making potions for diseases in the local village. I can be down with that. What? That sounds a little familiar now that you mention it, but do go on. I'm just gonna do a quick roll to determine where our, where our settlement is located. It is a 53. It is an orbital settlement. Scribble that down. Is orbital. Turns out that's the default option that is the default option that is set in Stargazer for settlements. Card-based. You pull your cards, you get reagents, and you run into random events. Ooh, that does sound fun. I will add that to my list of things to look into. As soon as I can remember what else I'm doing. Now we determine the population. We have rolled a 34. 34 in Terminus means it is a population of hundreds. Let me just scribble this bit down. Again, I will show you Stargazer properly once we're done with setup, and you can just see everything once it's all put together. I see. Oh, drawing RPG games. I'm not the best artist. I've always liked the idea of those. I think they're very helpful for the people who do quick draw. I will make a note of that too. As soon as I remember what it was. Okay. Population is hundreds. I'm gonna make a truck station. This is a station because I said so. Yeah, it's a game. I see. Delve, Rise, and Umbra. Taking notes. Let's see, then we go down. We don't need to deal with many of these for the initial generation. Authority is one we do need to deal with. I admit to being a bit of a ding-dong and constantly re-rolling authority because I just want my fictional people to be sort of in order. Let us roll the D100. 'Tis 58. Our authority is unyielding. Uh-oh. It might have to be, depending on what we do here, but the authority is unyielding. I'll make a note of that. I'm gonna actually do y'all a quick favor and just flip over to Stargazer real quick. There's a little red square of death goes away. Here we go. See, this is Stargazer. This is the interface that it uses for. This is the interface that it uses for doing settlement stuff, and it's part of why generating settlements takes so freaking long. And at this point, you probably notice that I am dropping frames all over the place. I can't hold all these frames. I do not think there's anything I can do about it at this juncture. I have beaten up my setup. I cannot get wired. This is just what we're gonna have to deal with for a little bit. Delve is dwarves hunting for the treasure. Oh yeah. Well, it's not online. You see, Stargazer is a little database / app thing that someone made for, what's it? Can you play on mobile as well? I think you can actually load Stargazer on mobile. It takes a bit of finagling just because the interface has a lot going on. So it's best for a computer, but I think you can access this tool on mobile. Anyway, let's go back. Dink. We already generated authority. What projects is this particular settlement working on? I have rolled a 68. That indicates salvage projects. Interesting. And a 31. So we're looking at salvage. It's the Ironsorn people? Yes, yes. It's sort of the sequel to Ironsorn. It's got some refinements, but the two are kind of standalone systems. Because they take place in different settings and different genres. Anyway, where was I? I rolled a 31. And that takes me to an evacuation project. Sometimes I like to fiddle around and re-roll until things make sense again, but I'm gonna... Yes, proven track record, though. Yes, that is true. Both of them are very quality. It depends on the experience you want as to which one you prefer. I like a higher tech setting, but they're both solid experiences. Let me just update the projects. Salvage plus evacuation. I don't think we need to fill in first look or first contact for that one. And I think there is a fun thing, the settlement trouble. Let us see. We shall roll for this. What is happening at the settlement? What is the big trouble in River City? Yeah, on a time limit. I think... I'm imagining the cause might actually be not super urgent. It's more like we're getting what we're getting and we're getting out of here, but... Squint. There goes my brain again. We'll see when we get there. Where was I? Where's my dang dice roller? Let us roll the D100. We have rolled a 55. Settlement trouble is... mounting debt. Ha. No wonder they're getting out of there then. We can also roll for another one if we so desire, which I do. 17. 17 is a dangerous discovery. Oh dear, this section, this 1 year time limit is still a limit, yeah. This station is kind of it's kind of stepped in it. So let's see, we have the mounting depths and we have the dangerous discovery. I'll just go update that. Mounting. Clearly, I guess the debt was probably part of whatever they discovered. Okay, I think that might do it for the first... I think that does it for the first settlement. We have to generate 4. This is arguably the hardest part of all of them. Let us... I will place my next settlement, and then I will roll for its name. I've never been particularly good at knowing the, where to put things, so I just sort of throw them all over the little hex grid they made for us here. We add a settlement. We roll for its name. It is an 85, which means Sisyphus, the great roller of boulders. Let's check something. I am going to make a decision that is going to twist my tongue and make me regret everything. 'Tis Sisyphus Citadel. Yes, Sisyphus Citadel. Because clearly I wish to break my tongue when I do these things. What type is it? We shall find out. Let's see something. What is this doing? What is this doing? Why is this such a... Hang on, I'm busy fighting with... Okay, fighting with Stargazer complete. Why? What? I'll deal with that later. No way to do it, let's be fair. Yeah. I concur. I did all that, and I still forgot to actually do the roll. Good job. We roll a 13. And that means we go all the way back up. Sisyphus Citadel. I think they just call it the Citadel. It is planet-side. Nice. I think we may have to roll for the planet eventually, but we'll see. Let me see something. Okay, so you can add planet information. That's great. You know what? I might have to add planet information, and that's gonna make my head spin. Alright, whatever. It depends on what you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna go all the way back for 1 second. Need to see something. This is not quite where we are. D. Those are connections. We're not doing those yet. This is my least favorite part. This is the... Can I roll up a planet for you? If you have the, if you have the oracle that is used for planet generation, sure. It might actually save me a little time, but... Let me just take a peek around, see what it actually wants me to generate. Planet side. You do have to generate planets too. I'm going to cry. Roll one up as I do. Sure. I do not dislike rolling up planets, but it is a bit exhausting. Especially when you have to do it several times. It occurs to me that I probably have to roll up a planet for the... I have to roll up a planet for the other... For the planet side... Not the planet side. For the orbital station, too. Because it's not just floating around. There's obviously a planet somewhere. Well... Yeah. Settlement and planet. Let's start with the population of Citadel. I have rolled 54. That once again means hundreds. I am not sure how to feel about this planet so far, even though we haven't even gotten to the planet stuff yet. Population is hundreds. The next stop is... I'll deal with those in a moment. Let's deal with the projects and the troubles. Projects, a 39 and a 66. Yes, I am trying to get... Do you want numbers only are the end result? You might wanna drop the word 2, just because I am not fast at reading these things. So that was, I think, 39, 66? Watch as someone goes through the VOD and is like, you did it wrong. I think 39 was close enough, unless someone remembers fast enough. 39 is a festival, while 66 is also salvage. Mom, can I reroll? I'm gonna be a jerk and I'm gonna reroll. 39. Wait, didn't I just roll that? I just... 24. Okay, that's a little more like it. It is engineering and festival. I think that sounds like fun. Projects, we scribbled on our engineering festival. And what is the trouble of this particular... Oh wait, well... Actually, upon thinking you might not have access to the end result, give me the numbers and I'll look them up. Sorry! Thank you much. Anyway, let's roll for that trouble. Oh wait, you already found the tables. Okay, very good. Orbital, tens of thousands. Subsistence rating caught in the crossfire. Ooh, that is spicy. I'm gonna throw that one in next. I did it as you rolled literally. Yes, thank you for that. Let me just roll for our quick settlement totals and I'll see about slotting that one in. As soon as I remember what I'm Got dice in front of me and fast typing. Heh. I am slow. Slow at everything. That's alright, long as we get there. Okay, well. We roll the troubles and we get a 23 and a 10 low rolls today. 23 is deprived of a resource, and 10 is the changing environment. Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. These are, you get 4, don't you, with the nice system? To elaborate, 4, oh yeah, I get 4 settlements. You can, how's this? We can do a little bit of a mini collab right here. I will slide back up, and you can roll the last settlement for me. But give me one moment just to log the troubles of this one real quick. Up the Citadel. Also, I'm gonna roll the names for this one you just provided me. So, once again, the trouble is deprived of a resource and changing environment. Yes. Deprived. Yeah. Resource plus changing environment. Makes sense to me. Okay. Let's hop back up here. Noises. Like I said, well, let me start by naming the one that, you just rolled up for me. Never thought I'd quite be having this sort of audience interaction where the audiences actually get to roll up, systems for me, but your involvement is much appreciated. It saves me a little bit. One moment while I just roll the name for this slightly messy region that you rolled up. Hello, good morning. 95. Didn't I just roll a 95? Vesper. Okay, you know what? That adds up. I can get behind that. And let's see about it is a location, we add that. The cell name can shoe, Vesper. We add a The interface takes a little bit of getting used to on the sector map, but it's better than nothing. Well, I'm just gonna leave it as Vesper. We'll just deal with it when we deal with it. So, per your rolls, dear Archnon, it is an orbital settlement. Didn't I just write that down? Vesper. Yes. Okay, tens of thousands. This is a big place. Let's see here. It is... Let's see. Wii U. The projects are subsistence, it's raiding, their troubles are... Oh yes. Go on ahead, BRB, do what you gotta do. Oh, the crossfire, sabotage technology. Oh no. Alright, got that. I think while our volunteer is out doing what he's gotta do, I'm going to quickly roll the little bits that are missing, like the authority. I think I forgot to log the authority for the past few segments. Yeah, I didn't log it for Sisyphus, and I logged it for Crux, but I did not log it for Sisyphus or Vesper. Alright. So we roll the authority for Sisyphus, and we get 44. I think it's 44 anyway. Yes, that is the case. It is a tolerant authority for Sisyphus. You know, I like the idea of it. Sisyphus seems to be the pretty chill place relative to everything else. Fair. Wait, was it fair? It was tall. It was... What's the word they used again? Tolerant. Yes. It seems like a pretty nice place relative to everything else. Now, we roll for Vesper's authority. We roll a 55. Aha. So imagine this. The giant community of raiders trying to get by has the fairest authority. Fancy that. You know, that gives me some good ideas. I like this. Our volunteer is currently off doing something. Well, you know what I can do? While waiting for him to return, I can at least generate the planets that all these folks are around. So we add a planet. And we gotta go name and roll the planet real quick. Fortunately, I believe the planet... a starship. I know the planet, oh, hang on, we found it. We found it. Here's the planet stuff. This is where you name the sector. Actually, I'm gonna name our sector real quick. It's one thing we can do. I'm going to... Oh! Hi! The esteemed Josh Mann has arrived! Hey! So exciting! Hi! Oh, and, Arcanon's back too. Hi. Welcome to both of you. Welcome and welcome back. Oh, well, Arcanon here was just helping me roll, the settlements as I went. And I was going to take a pit stop to roll the planets that our orbital and planet-side civilization/settlements were on. I rolled the authority for, Sisyphus and Vesper. Sisyphus has a tolerant, authority, which seems nice. But the hilarious thing is that the giant... I'm gonna hop on over to Stargazer real quick, and I'm gonna point out what's going on with Vesper. Observe. The giant raider / subsistence, the giant... This place, it is running off subsistence and raiding right now, and is caught in the crossfire of something. It has fair authority, so obviously it's not a complete overpowered crap hole. Not a completely overstuffed crap hole. Anyway, what I was doing real quick was going to go generate the planet that we're around. Yeah, Vesper is the name of the one you rolled. I took a pit stop to name that one, and I was in the middle of naming the sector before y'all came back. Yeah. Before things get crowded, not that they do around here. That'd be fun, like, y'all just grab your copies of the games or follow along with me and you roll for me. You'll do it for me. No. I'm just gonna quickly roll my sector name, because I never did that either. 52 and 44. This sector, then, is named... roll the sector, I just did. The sector name is... Go figure, I do the roll and then I immediately forget it. I think it was 52 or something. Yeah. 52... Infernal... and 44 for the suffix. Infernal Helix. That's badass, I like that. It's funny because my ship is named the Infernal. Inferno. Infernal Helix. I'm down for that, I like that. Yeah, 52, 44, yes. Yes, I remembered correctly. Oh, wait, did I? Please tell me if I did. You roll things and you immediately forget them. Good job. Where am I? Yes, I got it right. That is an awesome name. Yeah! Thank you very much. Where was I? I named the sector and I was in the middle of generating Crux Station's planet. I am tempted to make this a little more cursory because otherwise you get way too involved. And you just need to know what you can see and what kind of planet they're near. It's a little more important for Sisyphus, which is actually planet side. It's the sector section. We are not looking for the sector section. Just gonna rifle through here. Like, has it occurred to you that you can actually use the table of contents? Fine, we'll use the table of contents. And one moment. Let's gonna roll that up for Crux real quickly. Turn the, are we orbiting the same planet? You know what? That saves us. Yes, Citadel. Yeah. You can't see it, but I'm nodding. At the very least, I'll just roll through Cruxes real quick, and then as you go, you can generate the one for, Vesper and Citadel. Here we go. Let us begin by rolling the planetary class. I think that's... Okay, it's a little hard to get them first off. First off, we can start by kicking out the contents. There we go. Much better. No thoughts head empty. Okay. So, let us roll the planetary class real quick. I roll, it is a 89. And that indicates a rocky world. You can hop over to this specific oracle too. Again, if I'm going too fast, just give me your numbers and I will correlate them as we go. So we have rolled a rocky world for around Crux. Where the heck is Desert, Furnace, Grave, Ice, Jovian, Jungle, Rocky? There it is. What is the atmosphere on this bad boy? I don't expect much. We have rolled a 6. That is lousy. There is no atmosphere on this thing. That's probably why we're in orbit and not on the actual friggin' planet. At some point we gotta roll the name for this thing. I think that's a few tables down, or yeah, a few tables down. Settlements. We don't need to roll that because we know we have one. Observe from space. Oh, this is the fun part. We can just sort of highlight what we actually see as we go. Roll 2 for the features from space, 67 and 15. That means we see perpetual night and constant asteroid strikes. That's actually... I will explain that in a moment. Perpetual night plus asteroid strikes. Imagine that the planet is completely dark, and then you see the asteroid strikes possibly light up. I don't know, would they? They don't really have an atmosphere to burn up in, but... Imagine you get to see the impacts of the asteroid strikes as they hit. That's a cool image right there. Settlements, we already covered that. That is Crux. Crux is there. Life. Is there any life on this rocky planet? I have rolled a 79. Let's just see if anything in particular actually lives here. It's extinct. Pity. Extinct. That, it sort of follows in nicely with what they're salvaging, though. Now. Life, we already... Ah, here's the sample names. Wee-oo. Dial-up noises in my head, we're not paying for dead air. Of the sample names, I am picking Themis because reasons. Because I like it. Themis. I like it. There. That's that planet. I should not have put these so close together. They are bumping into each other. The names are bumping into each other. Aha. Okay. So, what Arcanon has rolled here covers, Sisyphus and Vesper. Ice World, Atmosphere 73, Observed from Space 54, 24, Planet Side. Okay, yes, got all these. I'm gonna look into these right now. Thank you very much. Let's see. I think I'll actually stick it, like, right between them. Because I'm feeling... The names are already mashed together. What difference does it make? A flash to the, I will flash to... I'll flash over to whatchamacallit. Yeah, they are different for each world. I'll flash over to what I'm doing in Stargazer in a moment. Let me just grab the oracles for an ice world, or at least get the results for an ice world. One moment. Space encounters, blah 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 blah. Stellar object. This is not what I was looking for. Here we are. An ice world. Okay. You rolled 73 for atmosphere. Oh, it's breathable. That's nice. Let's get that going. The atmosphere is breathable. Breathe, that's not... How do you spell breathable again, even though it's right there? Jeez. No, turns out I spelled it right. Okay, then. For 3, the traits for observe from space are... Oh. Sky breaching geysers, rocky glacial islands. Yeah, bring on. Blah, 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 blah. Yes, yes. Yes. I'll have to link my YouTube eventually to this spot so that people can see what happens when I really overload my brain. When I was trying to run 3 player characters by myself plus DM, and that didn't even include actual storytelling, I thought I was going to expire last night. Anyway. Wait, snowbound mountains, not geysers. Well, wait, do the mountains still reach the sky? I guess it's assumed that they do, but I will make a note of that. And, the observed from space is the, the observed from space is the 5424, let's see. Oh, wait. I think that is still the geysers. No, wait, what? Huh? Wait, what? Hold on. Okay, so you rolled the 5424. That's still geysers observed from space. Yeah. Imagine that. It just shoots up into the air and you get to see it from space. That's cool. Alright, I'll make enough for that. Sky breaching geysers, and your 24 for observed from space is... I can read. Rocky glacial islands, right. Okay, excellent. But you were right the first time. I'm sorry, I did just say that, but... Wait, ice caves? What? Here, the ice cream truck. Go, go, go! Go get it! Go get it! Go get that ice cream! Meanwhile, I'll just plop down the planet side features. There are 34 and 24 that were rolled here. 34 and 24. Let's see. 34 is the ice spires. Okay. Ice spires, and the 24 on that is colossal ice caves. Bullying my Spotify for a moment. Yeah. There. That one's better. That one plays a lot, but it's better. Well, we got all that. What are we missing? I think he rolled life, too. Yes, a 63 on life. And that nets us... scarce. So there's a little bit. There's a little bit going on. This is a pretty cool planet, though. I mean, there's not much going on here, but there's stuff going on, and that's cool. Let us pick this planet from the sample names. I am picking Demetria because I just have a bias to that name. Funny story. I think on my very first Starforged run. Man, I want to get an ice cream truck. On my first Starforged run, I had a furnace planet named Hades, an ice planet of some sort, and there was, I think, a water planet. And I think they got really whack nicknames in universe. Like, I think Hades became Whiskey because it burns. You weren't supposed to nickname the ice world, but people would call it things like, "Oh, it's my ex-girlfriend," you know, because it's frosty. Wah wah wah. There was a third planet that also had a great nickname. It was a rocky planet. I think it might have been I think there was a planet named Brownie or Cake or some pastry name. Not actually named, just nicknamed. That ought to be something we stick in our back pockets. Like, let your people have weird names for their particular planets and things in universe. So, Demetria settlements are Sisyphus and Vesper. I think that covers that much, but we still have one more settlement we gotta roll. I'm just gonna pop back over to, I think, Stargazer. See, that's what we've done so far. That's Demetria. No thoughts, head empty. Yeah, see, this is a mess. Sister Demetria. That's not how you do anything. Well. Let's see, shall we sit and twiddle our thumbs? Or shall we... I am very sorry. When he comes back, I shall have to inform him that I had to go roll the something. I had to go roll the final settlement. He's a fast typer and he's got the dice right in front of him, so his assistance is much appreciated. What if I just... Well, I mean, you don't really need an assistant for play so much because there's less rolling, but for prep, his assistance is much appreciated. I'll make sure to tell him as such when he finally comes back. Yeah. We are here. Our location. That's not my brain melting. You leave me alone. Wonder if the ice cream truck is busy. Anyway, let us roll the location. It's a 76. We have another orbital set. No, wait. A 76 actually spits us out in deep space. That means we can finally have something we don't have to generate. We could also move the settlements on the map in the meantime. Oh. Right, you can, can't you? I hit move controls. That's... wait. Forgive me for being extraordinarily dense. So if I do the move controls... Mr. Man, do you have any idea how to move the settlements on the map? My brain requires 5 seconds to unfry itself while I figure out what the heck is going on. Move controls. Move controls? But what does it do? What does this do? Am I seriously just clicking this and begging it to work? Maybe. There's gotta be an easier way. No! I'm just leaving purplish blobs all over my map. You don't. That's okay. That is fine. We'll just deal with that when we deal with it. Scuff is all, part of the parcel. I know what's what. Anyway, I was in the middle of rolling that last settlement. It is a deep space settlement, which means I can actually stick it, like, here. What do I have up right now? Yes, I have this up. We're adding a settlement. Tis a deep space settlement. I am not sure we are going to get to our session 1 today. That's fine. But at least we'll have everything set up. We'll have to see about that. I think I got a little bit of time left, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So, 'tis deep space. Our population is 71, which rolls to thousands. Okay. There are quite a few people on this particular orbital settlement. Population is thousands. Prep is play, after all. Yes, yes. That's what I tried to tell people at the beginning of the the stream, and I don't think anyone was quite around to hear it, but yes, prep is play. Showing this part off is all part of it, and that's why this is a session 0 and not just me farting around and plunking stuff into places. Now, what is next? I check it. I ought to roll the authority so I don't forget. The authority is 14. That doesn't sound good. It is a lawless place. That does not sound good so far. Well, let's see it. The authority is lawless. Guess that's what you get for just sitting in the middle of space. We rolled that at least. Now, what are the projects of this settlement? Time to roll. 48, 53. 48 is medical, and the number I just rolled is 33. We're looking at medical projects and expansion. Interesting. Maybe they're just getting established or something. It's funny because I believe... Oh yes, welcome back with your ice cream. What'd you get? Is it good? Was it busy over there? I am sorry, I proceeded with rolling the extra settlement without you. You can see what we have up there. I'm actually gonna do everyone a favor and just... There we go. Perfect. Scoot myself aside a little bit. Ah, caramel sundae. Perfect ice cream consistency. Oh, I'm jelly. So jealous. Could definitely use some of that. I think we have ice cream here. I don't know which. You shouldn't wait just for me. Well, excuse me 1 second while I bully this. There. Bullying my Spotify complete. Shouldn't wait just for me. Well, I just wanted to say that I did appreciate your input. You helped me string a good thing together here, so thank you. Now, we already did the medical plus expansion. What is the trouble for this settlement? I was reading the blurb at the bottom. Essentially, don't thank me, thank the dice. I don't know about giving a bird ice cream or caramel. Good point, good point. Now, let's see if the sundae had nuts on it, though. Thank the dice. Well, you rolled them for me. Where was I? We are rolling the trouble. The trouble of the settlement that I have not yet named. Whoops. We have rolled 86 and 99. 86 is toxic waste or pollution. I am not rolling on the oracle tables right now. I'm not saying I'm lazy and or tired, but you know what? So, toxic waste, and we roll a 40. We re-roll a 40. Which is hostile life forms. Oh dear. Alright. Toxic waste plus hostile life forms. I think I can kind of see how this is coming together. Want me to roll the planet dice? You don't have to for this one, because it's in deep space. It's just floating out there. However, I can show you the planet that Sisyphus and Vesper are linked to. I think I rolled this while you were gone. So, Demetria, I just pulled the planet's name out of my patoot from the examples. Wait. We already dealt with this. You rolled it yourself. I am sorry. So you know about this. But anyway, we don't have to roll it for, this thing that I have forgotten to name. Let us name it. 32. 32 on the naming table is... Gloam? You rolled, it's not the name. You have streamer brain right now. I do, yes. I'm re-rolling because I don't like that name. 44 is Lastport. Interesting name. I'll take it. Name is Lastport. We save it, it goes there. And I think that concludes finally generating the settlements. Have mercy. That's always the stopping point when I get tired during setup, but that's alright. Let's go back up and see where we... Not that I remember what page we were on. This is making a move. Think we were around here? Okay. Sectors. Yeah. Just going to... Planets. Stars are optional. Thank goodness. If I try to roll any more things, my head might explode. In this... I did name the system. It's the Infernal Helix. Oh, I see what you did there, though. Ribonucleic. I dig it. I get it. I cannot explain how I get it, but I just know that I get it. The sector map, we did that already. Passages. Well, the passages are basically how you get from one place to another. Let me just pop that up real quick. What's the sector? Oh! A whole sector trouble. Good idea. Thank you, Mr. Mian. We just, Also, I apologize if I'm, like, creeping you out by calling you Mr. Mian. Hang on, this needs to... Where is the dang sector trouble? What is this? What is this? Stop clicking random things. No. Yeah, I was getting to that. I was getting to DNA, but my brain could not retrieve it fast enough. Where is... I don't think there's a section for sector cell. I do not think there is a section for sector trouble here, but I think what I can do is scribble it off to the side here. Yeah, deoxyribonucleic acid. I know this one. Let me go roll that sector trouble. It's not what I am looking for. We are doing this at the speed of snail. Bear with me here. Where is... I know there's a spot for sector trouble. Where the heck is it? Starships. Characters. You know what? This is why we have a table of contents, and you'll look through it. Jeebus. Sector name. That's stellar stuff. One moment while I try and figure out where the sector trouble... Going around the speed of... That's a whole mood. Rolling around... No, we're not singing Escape from the City right now. Why waste brain power hunting through the library? Brain power hunting through the mind library. I like that. Because I want to name the thing. Or rather, I want to... You know what? Page 126. Thank you for looking that up for me. Did not mean for you to pull out your book and start looking right then and there, but it is much appreciated. Thank you. 127. Okay, there we are. Okay. I see. That's what's going on. We were getting there, but we weren't quite there yet. I love that song too. My voice is starting to go. It does, I do what I can, but sometimes, you know what, maybe if I just, gonna invisible hydrate redeem myself here. You never know how much you need water till you drink it. Okay, well, sector-wide. Trouble-majig. Just gonna give that a quick roll real quick. We have rolled 74. Sector Trouble is a rogue AI infiltrates systems throughout the sector. Ooh, I like that. Gonna make a note on that. Shoo. I know I could swear there was a way to scroll that up a little higher, but Sector Trouble. I have the perfect idea for this, sort of. Rogue AI infiltrates systems. Gratuitous capitalization. Throughout the sector. Good solo RPG, things to play. Oh. That's a good idea. I'll stick that in my back pocket. I have a plan. It's gonna be a little weird. Like, my vow is to go find the otherworldly baked goods. Weird. But I was thinking, actually, I believe Lastport has hostile life forms. You know what, there's a way to link those all together. Anyway, a good solo RPG, minimum paperwork required, maybe uses dice. I know that there are options for this. Baked goods are important, yeah. Let me show you a thing here. Because I don't know if you were here when I did this. Courtesy of Midjourney, an otherworldly baked good. And someone in the Starforged Discord joked like, maybe the Ascendancy Vaults were actually intended to store food for the next civilization, but unfortunately the foods are really alien and weird. Which means you get otherworldly baked goods. But this one actually looks really good. This is from Midjourney. I know, it does look good, doesn't it? There were two others I generated when I was futzing around with Midjourney, but of course, silly me, I didn't actually put them on this computer. I managed to grab this one, but yeah. Imagine, like, the bread is like challah. You know, like the sort of sweet kind of flaky bread. You pick at that, and then you bite into the center, which is like a berry of some sort, and you get purple juice all over your face. Imagine, you have competitions to see who can bite the center and get their face as messy as possible. I'm putting that in my back pocket. Anyway, let's put that back for now. Stop, please. Sorry! I'm not sure what I did right now, but sorry. Was it too messy for you? Or was I just making you hungry? Anyway. Where was I looking? I don't need to desire hot bread and that bitter sour sweet. The silence is the sound of me imagining it too. It's hilarious, like, Midjourney is remarkably good at generating food porn. You know. Weirdly good-looking foods. Now, where was I? I think... Okay. I think it's time to pull it's time to pull my brain out of put my brain in some cold water and watch it steam. Anyway, we're going to pull the PDFs back up. Passages. Connect two settlements. Passages. The scent of butter wafting through the air after the crunch of bread baking. How dare you? Well done, how dare you. Anyway, we're setting the passages. Essentially, these are like the easy... These are the easy mode travelings. I think... Or an experience for a... Yeah, if you don't have a path, you gotta undertake an expedition. Now, let's see. We have... In Terminus, we get 3 passages. So that's... Settlement to the edge of the sector map. And 2 settlements get connected. The way I have this set up lets me cheese it a little bit. I will explain how in a moment, but... Just gonna stick a passage I don't like vocal music in the background. I'm busy bullying my Spotify. There. Bullying done. Let's see about that passage. Tis a passage. Never mind, you don't have to set anything special, just make it a passage. But suffice to say, there is a passage between Crux and Citadel. There is a passage leading off the map to some other sector, perhaps in the future. Spotify obviously deserves it. Yeah. Just, yeah. I'm glad that there is this DMCA-free, synthwave playlist. I do love synthwave. Now, if there were a DMC-free Eurobeat playlist, I would put it on and become literally unstoppable. Where was I? We were making passages, yes. Where am I? How'd I get here? Okay, so we connected 2 settlements, and a settlement to the edge of the sector map. So that's 2 passages. Just reading this bit. Let us see. So, can this just be... Can I undesignate that? Thanks. There we go. So we got the passage off the map to Crux. The passage from Crux to Sisyphus. Well, actually, it's the said passage also we'd be playing a racing game, I'm pretty sure. I can't drive. Not even in video games I can't drive. But yeah, anyway, we got... Just gonna actually put the darn thing down for a moment. So, we got the passage that leads off the map, we got the passage that leads to Demetria and the 2 things around it, and we got the passage that goes to Last Port. And as we go... Must be the wings. Maybe. But I think that's our 3 passages. Dink. Back up we go. Yeah, they're in the outlands, this particular example, so there's only 2 off the map and between another place. But we zoom in on a settlement. Do I got to? Stop whining! Stop whining and go roll. See, which of these is the... Where do I wish to start? I want to start on Citadel because, frankly, the idea of their engineering festival sounds awesome. So, here's one of the settlements. The one that is most interesting to you have been done. We already rolled their settlement trouble. We'll find out about it in-game later, but let us go to their first look, and we roll it twice. D100, 38, and 25. This means industrial architecture and built within terrain or asteroid. That makes sense for this. I think we accidentally did more than we needed. Yeah, probably. I don't think you need to roll the planet, per se, right away. But I like to, otherwise I will forget and I'll miss details. So anyway, let's... Sisyphus. Okay, industrial architecture. Slap that down real quick in the first look section. Industrial architecture plus built within terrain or asteroid. So in our case, it's just built within terrain. It might actually be built in one of Demetria's ice caves, if it does indeed have ice caves, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it might be in the ice cave. That's pretty cool. Asteroid or moon? I think... You know, I could swear there's a provision for moons somewhere, but I cannot for the life of me remember what it is. Anyway, let's go back to where we were and see. I think our next step is connections. Where'd we go? Planets, we already were doing that. Passages done. Zoom in on a settlement, that is done. A local connection. This is fun. Oh, it was orbit, not planet. Yeah. Citadel is planet side. Vesper is orbit. Oh wait, yeah, Vesper is. Gosh, excuse me. While my body attempts to kill me. Yeah. Vesper is the one that's in orbit. One moment. Ah, water good, even if my bottles are so noisy. You see. Yes, very good. So, we make our connection. And I try not to face plant onto my keyboard. That's honestly cool. It is, though. It is. This game is so good. Like, you build your own iteration of a world. And if I had my druthers, I would either, hack Starforged in particular, or make something new. Using the geysers as a source of power. I'm going to make a note of that. But I love this idea of taking a setting, making it your own, and frolicking around in it. I want to be able to make a game that does something like that. Let's see, a connection. Playing with others, that doesn't matter. Huh. This is a step. We establish a particular relationship. This connection is created. I know there's a section here floating around. Where is it? One moment while I rest my voice and try to figure out where the section for connections is, because I know this exists. Make the world places have names in general areas. Ah, I see. I'm actually gonna, well no, I'll scribble it down later. I'm definitely gonna look it up though. So, a connection. I don't think you, have to act, never mind. Upon closer thought, I don't think you actually add this anywhere, you just make a note of it. It's not till you do something in particular that it gets added onto your legacy track. So, where does it go? Progress, clocks. My brain is attempting to fry itself. Bear with me. I'm just gonna stick it in the general notes section. If I find a spot, I will go from there. So. Let's see. Connection. Connection requires role, rank. There's a role, a rank, and when they aid us... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for that, too. Where am I? Yeah, I am on page almost 124, but I'm just, trying to figure out where to record it. Role and rank. Wii U. Yes. When they aid us, we add +1 to it, and we get 1 momentum. 1 add +1 momentum when helping relevant to the role. Just so I don't forget. Gotta title this, I forgot to title it. Okay. Why not make a small window of the rulebook on OBS? I am on a single monitor situation. My setup in general is very, very weird right now. It is not proper at all. Like, I have a TV. The other part would be the Starforged part. Yeah. It would be much easier if I could dual monitor it, but unfortunately, I don't have the space or the setup to quite do the thing yet. So alas, we are single monitoring it. And it's funny, because even when people give me multiple monitors, I tend to just use one. It's like, what are you doing? Big brain TV is a monitor. Yeah. Yes, that is a thing. It's like, this TV got freed up, essentially, from elsewhere in the house not too long before I got my lovely new computer. And, it occurred to me that, yes, I could use it as a monitor, so here we are. I might get another one eventually. We'll deal with that when we deal with that. Alright, back to it. Other monitors when you don't have to move stuff to see it. Ah, I see. Walk through putting them. We don't want to give the connection a roll. What is a roll? I do want to leave it in the hands of fate. Because I can't think of anything more. Let us roll this particular connection. Where's my dice roller? We roll a 3. An AI. Ooh. One monitor is the action monitor, one of those is the glance monitor. I knew it in theory, but I didn't know it, like, I didn't know how to explain. I used it like that, but I didn't realize that was an actual thing of sorts. But yes, that makes sense. I dig it. Yes, an AI is perfect. The more AIs there are, I am very happy. I love AIs. One of my side stories, if I ever write the blasted thing, there's gonna be, like, someone made a very, very good AI, and it basically got stolen, and part of the story is to retrieve that AI, because someone claims that they found her. That's how you use them. That's how I use them, too. That's what I'm saying. I just didn't realize that it was, like, a consistent thing at all, regardless of whether or not people do it differently. Alright, so. One moment while I log that. Roll is AI. What else have I got to roll for this? Go back to page 124. Elaborate on the answers appropriate to your setting. I think she might be a construction AI. Yes, I've already decided that she's a she. Whatever. Possibly construction AI. Because they are doing a lot of engineering stuff over there. And there's a festival. We have evil AIs. Do AI deserve to be their own people? Is every AI different, or are they all going to end up the same? I'm thinking about it. I'm chewing on it. But yeah, I think this might be a construction... What's got me about the Citadel in particular is that there is a festival going on there. And I will do anything for a good festival. Delete the AI and outlaw them all. We shall see about that. Where was I? The connection of rank. Greater the narrative focus. Greater the narrative focus and time required to eventually forge a bond with them. The level of involvement I would want them to have. For starting connection, consider making them troublesome or dangerous. Well, I mean, it's just they call it this, but it's more like, what is the, it's like, basically how difficult is it gonna be to make this connection? And what are the risks with this connection? I think this is where you make a progress track. Relationship construction AI. I will name her shortly. And I have marked it as, well, I could mark it as dangerous, but I've marked it as troublesome. Because I'd like to be friends with her pretty easy. You need to be prepping your D&D session. Go, do the thing! I thank you very much for your involvement. Or see if you can figure out how to prep and, watch at the same time. I don't know. Or you can just listen. That's fine, too. I got a good smattering of people who just sort of vibe and listen. Let's see. You got time. Alright. Well, thank you for choosing to spend it with me. 2.5 hours. Yeah, we'll be probably done with this before then. I don't think we're gonna make it to session 0 quite today. I think, well, I'll determine when I do this next a bit later. But let's get through the rest of this first. I think I have to stop in an hour, give or take. We'll see where that goes. Define their characteristics. I don't want to roll that. I'm gonna go as we go. I like to generate Pokemon and Out of the Abyss. Ooh. You know, I was digging through my phone and I discovered there was actually a Pokemon RPG out, TTRPG floating around. Don't remember what it's called. That's it. I'm gonna go dig up my phone right now and see if I can remember what the blasted thing was called, because I want to run that thing someday too. I have a, I found sort of, there's a few of them out there, yes. I found a group of, tabletoppers in my circle, and I want to run this too. I'm basically just throwing games at them that I'd love to run and or play with them. Let me just see if I can find them. This one in particular is called once I get there. The heck? I know it's around here. Drower team. Oh. Fate Accelerate. Yeah, I have looked at Fate Accelerate. I think I was looking at it when I was trying to sort of homebrew my own system. Oh, I found it. Where the heck is it? Yeah, Fate Accelerate. I think I remember wanting to use it for something I was working on and then not doing it. I'm not sure why I did not do it, only that I didn't. Ah, Pokeroll. Pokeroll is the one that I was looking at. We can look into that later. That one actually looks like a lot of fun. Set my phone down gently. Favorite system idea-wise. Yeah, it does seem pretty workable. It's a little less crufty, for lack of a better word, than some systems. It's got less stuff floating around. It's easier to work with, is what I'm saying. Creatively open as hell. Can be hard to make sessions and stuff. Yeah, if I recall, it's basically just an engine of sorts that you can plug into your game if you really need mechanics. Connections home. Give the connection a name. Let's quickly name our AI here. 51. And that means her name is... Wait, what? There's more to the Oracle. Derp, derp, derp. It's almost a thought experiment. I need to look. I know I had it downloaded too, but I didn't probe it that deeply. What was the number I just rolled? 51. Kay, Takara, or Jester? Kay! Her name could be Kay. I think that's cute. Function AI. Kay. To me it is anyway. It's just... It's all in one. Oh, now, thinking of Fate, I'm thinking of a tabletop game called Eclipse Phase, which is sort of like Starforged, but even more so. Things are a little more grimdark, and transhumanism, where basically you don't have to be human. You can be so many different things. You can sleeve into whatever the heck body you want. Eclipse Phase is cool like that. I love that idea, but the original system was insanely complicated. I think they made a Fate edition of it. I don't think I was ever able to get it. Oh, BRB. Go ahead, do what you gotta do. Go do your thing. I will just resume the process. Back to 124, that's where we started. Give the connection a rank, define their characteristics. The next steps. Deepen the relationship and forge a bond. And then we can wrap up the starting sector. We already did our sector trouble, I'll deal with that in a moment. Wait, there is one more detail I wanted to add, and I don't remember what it was. Good jorb. Well, my brain just sparks out. Oh, right. Right, it was adding her to, the actual map. Turn that off for a moment, so you can see a little bit of the madness that I'm working with over here. Put that away. Hop back over to the sector. Go to Citadel. We add a person. And this person is A, she, her, AI. Don't know if she's quite bonded yet. Have fun. Basic rules. I need to dig into it, because I was kind of rumbling around with it when I was trying to make my own settings. I say I read it through or only barely. It's been a little bit since I directly looked into Fate Accelerated. I want to look through it. I want to look through it in more detail, because I know I wanted to use it for something, and then I ended up using a simpler system, which is more like, not much of a system, I don't even remember what I used, but it's something. Oh, okay, here's where it is. Challenge tracks. What is that? I don't care. I'm not going to be in this particular section that much, so we can just leave that. Go through character creation ultra quick. What do you mean? Well, that much is done. Gonna pop back into the PDF. And let's see what we got. Finalize the starting sector. It is named. Let's see. Controlling power for the sector. I don't remember my truths right now. I'm sure I do. Let me just see. Do we have... Yeah, there is no real major faction here right now. That's fine. We can deal with that. Oh, aspect. Oh, that's right. This seems a little more familiar now. Like, basically, you take a phrase and it becomes, like... becomes a mechanical part of your character. Like, a part of your character that affects mechanics. I remember reading that part and my head exploding a little bit. So, finalize the starting sector. Hooray! We'll add additional detail as we go. There's the sample sector, which we are not doing anything with. Get trouble. Ooh. Yeah, so basically, it's like the ultimate form of prompts as a character. I think I struggled with distilling my characters into prompts, and that was another reason I didn't pick up Fate Accelerated, but this is ringing a bell. We're almost ready to begin. Okay, so that's halfway done for your system, right. We're Fate Accelerated. Okay, well I'm just gonna go through this real quick and just see. Because I do not think... I'm iffy on whether I wish to do... Aspects are open, which can be a problem. I can definitely see that. We're looking... This is the inciting incident. I'm just... This is Session 0 stuff, but I just want to look at it and see what we're looking at. I'm blazing through this. Okay. My brain is potatoes, but I think we may actually be in position to do our Session 1. It is going to be really tiny, Session 1. It's only going to be like, we only got like an hour thereabouts before I must go because my planet needs me. Wah wah wah. But I think we can do the Session 1. One moment while I roll down to where I thought I was looking at. Begin your adventure. The inciting incident. My head is exploding trying to craft this on the fly. Bear with me one moment. I want to make this a long stream. I just do. I want to show that I got endurance like the tough guys, like the big wigs. But unfortunately, I'm really wimpy, and the fact that I made it nearly 2.5 hours... the fact that I made it nearly 2.5 hours is almost a new record. Easiest bit for Accelerated, the stats... Been too long, can't remember the rest. That's fair. It's sort of like, Starforged having its basic stats. I think we can flip back to, Stargazer now. See. Problem at the beginning of the story that propels the protagonist into action. But I think I'm just gonna make some notes over here because what is this? What does this button do? Ooh. Oh, I didn't notice. I didn't know what that did. Feats. Feats, I also remember feats. Bonuses you get situationally. I don't remember any of them in particular, but that sounds familiar. So, our inciting incident. I think I have an idea. We're just gonna map this out before we officially get rolling with the writing. Mind-meltingly open-ended, yeah. One thing I'm wondering is, I guess you don't get any guidance for taking those keywords that are aspects and making sure they fit mechanically. That they're not just horrendously open-ended. Doesn't sound like you do. Let's see. Our inciting incident. Make it personal, make it a problem that doesn't go away. I want to check the sector trouble again. Oh wait, we have that in the notes, never mind. But that's fine. Let's see, our sector trouble, a rogue AI. It's a story-based game, yeah. I love story-based games. It's hard for me to do mechanics, which is part of what I've been doing as I daydream about my own world's particular particular TTRPG. Yeah, to edit them to be more specific if they need work. Yeah. I might have to grab the SRD or something and take another look at it, see what we can do. Setting incident? I have an idea. Kay is talking to us about the festival. What challenges were on Sisyphus again? I need to see. What settlement? Deprived of resource in a changing environment. Aha. Just making my notes here. Festival being held despite what's the word I'm looking for? Despite curtailed resources and equipment malfunction caused by rising temperatures. Something like that. Something climate change. Change. Let's see, about this rogue AI. I am gonna be horrendously self-indulgent here. Like, I was joking around about the look at it, throw the game away, steal the DM notes and the ideas for running other games, take the bronze rule, and how do we both jump to climate change? I got nothing for that. I figure that's what they mean when they say changing environment, right? Question mark? I mean, I guess if it wasn't a planet-side thing, you could say something else is happening, like maybe even the culture of a particular settlement is changing, but no. We can do environmental change here. Let's see. It's by a temperature change. That's not how you spell climate. Climate change. Huh. Suddenly, the rogue AI intervenes and forces us to watch a crap post. Just kidding. What if it's getting higher but lower and running on? Well, I didn't specify that deeply. I just know if there's climate changes going on, and something is going awry. Well, anyway, what I was talking about earlier, when I was setting up the communications truth for this particular campaign, like, let me flash over to the truths real quick. Campaign, truths, communication and data. This one right here. Settled domains and network of data hubs called the Weave allow near instantaneous communication and data sharing between ships and outposts. You know what that means? Streaming. And you know what streaming means? VTubers! Is our rogue AI going to be a streamer? Yes. It's my party and I'll be ridiculously self-indulgent if I want to. Rogue AI intervenes with an obnoxious meme. Essentially. Let me just see the guide. Well, obviously it's one thing to to hijack someone's comms just to rickroll them or something. Yes, even in the year of the future. Hey, if it's a retro future, I wouldn't be surprised if some rickroll equivalent is still in style. We're good at retro future. I want all your base to come back. Very, very simple. Let's see. Make it personal. Make it a problem. Let's see. Limit the scope. One moment. I'm trying to figure out what the AI's goal is, what the rogue AI's goal is. Aside from just hijacking people's comms and crap posting at them. Let's see. They then proceed to say they will ruin all the food at the festival by shutting down the storage if their demands are not met. And said demand is... This is the part where you're probably supposed to use the oracle, but I like to think of things on my own because I'm so fidgety and I like to tailor everything as it goes. So, first off, they want a body to... you know what? I just realized we have an overseer model tool. I say us. So, me plus overseer. Yeah, we got an AI on our ship too. So much for AIs only being in the control of the powerful. They are... Well, I think they can still be fairly present, but also ultimately responding to the powerful powers. They want a body to attend the festival with. And it must be able to eat. So basically, if I can't eat, no one will. Now, the thing is, keep in mind, these bodies are extremely hard to get. Yeah. I like that. That's actually going to get us somewhere. I have a thought. It's snailing its way through my brain. Bear with me one moment. Just reading this part about setting the scene. I still think maybe I ought to set the official session 1 for when I'm rested and ready to roll, literally. So maybe we can just go over what we've got. Just gonna... One thing we need to do for the opening situation is swear the Iron Vow. That will help them. The Iron Vow that resolves this current length of quest. Ooh! Oh gosh. So, my finger is bleeding. Excuse me for smashing your immersion with a, hammer here, but... My fingy is bleeding. Ugh, yikes. Holy moly, what the heck happened here? This is why we don't pick our cuticles, children. Do not do that. How bad is it? It's not like gushing or anything, but I gotta slap a band-aid on that when I'm done. Many apologies. Anyway, let me just finish making this note. Wear the Iron Vow. That we must something. That we must find this beam spewing AI a body, so they don't ruin the festival for everyone. Yeah. Okay. Well, we got that much down. Brain is melting. I'm just making sure we got this prologue section completely mapped out. I think I think we can make this a dangerous rank quest, which is basically, it's not the easiest, but it's not particularly hard either. Not troublesome. Dangerous rank. We will get to actually writing this stuff out and rolling for it probably next session. I am not entirely sure when I will run it. I will determine that in a moment. Checking, this is for rolling the dice. The dices. I swear I'm ending the stream because I'm not ending it right this second. I will end the stream not because I have a silly boo-boo, but because I think this is a good ending point. We essentially have what we need, but I'm gonna quickly map out some things before we get too far. Sure, Okay. I have to remember that I can use the Oracle more than I do. It is okay to ask when you do not know what you are looking at, but I like to rack my brain. It sounds like a personal problem. Let's see. That's the Artonelico whisper voice. Oh gosh. That is something I'm gonna have to explain at a later time, but let us hop on over. Oh, it's a funny story. I apparently left my, left my notes from the Voidheart Symphony thing up. That will continue some other time, but that's not what we're dealing with right now. Let's pop open a new thing. I'm putting that down so you don't see all the weird crap I've saved on big, huge labs. Not weird crap, it's just that there's a lot of it. So, plan for session 1. Inciting incident. I think we can actually go copy pasta this bit so I have it available when I go to actually do it. This way we have the sort of map open and then we can go from there. Looks like it'll be fun sector. Then gotta head out. Thanks for a fun session. You are quite welcome and thank you for stopping by. Alright, so let's cover this real quick. The inciting incident. K, the overseer, not the overseer. We have our overseer on our ship, but we also have K, the construction AI. But the vessel being held. Rogue AI intervenes and is obnoxious. They then proceed to say they will ruin all the food at the festival by shutting the storage. Facilities down. Their demands are not met. I have an idea of where we're gonna get that body. We're not gonna get it quite yet, but I think I know where we can go to get it. Hint, it's Vesper. And this will be the Iron Vow, and then once we swear that Iron Vow, we can start making moves and getting to moving. I think that is enough information for me to remember for when we do start this up. I think I originally planned to do like a Forge Friday thing, just for like, because I'm doing alliterative schedules because I think I'm funny. Music Monday, Tarot Tuesday, Writing Wednesday, Forge Friday, and then Thursday is whatever the heck we want. So I'm thinking we will continue this on Friday, probably around 7:30 CST PM. That's 7:30 PM. We might do it earlier. We'll see about that. I will make an official schedule on my Twitter eventually, and there's also this VOD will go onto my YouTube channel, which I will actually link to my Twitch when I finish up here. But we have our setup. We know what we're doing for the inciting incident. We will go from there. We will take a deep breath. We will confirm that everything is good to go. I think it's about time we called it. Not really a night, but this is a good stopping point. So, I thank you all very much for coming. Special thanks to Josh Meehan for making the wonderful art, and also to Arknon for being my my other set of dice over there. The contributions have been much appreciated. I will see you next I'm thinking I'm gonna do something tomorrow. Oh, wait, what am I doing tomorrow? I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. We'll see about that. Tomorrow, I leave the weekends a little wibbly for a reason, but I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but I will most likely see you on Monday for sure, when I will be making some music. I shall see you next time, whatever the heck that is. Thank you. Goodbye. Good night. This is Syl Ardens, over and out. Oh, hello and goodbye, Dravaros. Hello and goodbye. Thank you for saying goodbye. You got me just as I was on my way out. Anyway, hello, goodbye. Thank you very much.